Hey guys, it's Jen from beautyriotx, and today we are doing my first Sunday of UnBeauty. Or should I call it Unpretty? Unpretty Sunday. UnBeauty Sunday. Let me know your thoughts in the box below. If I have something UnBeauty related to talk about, then I will put it up on a Sunday. I don't know if I have something to put up every Sunday, but if I have something UnBeauty related, it will go up on a Sunday. Anyway, this Sunday we are talking about menstrual cups. Menstrual cups? Who? What? Huh? So right now I'm actually going to tell you what a menstrual cup actually is. A menstrual cup is a feminine hygiene product that is inserted into the vagina during menstruation. Its purpose is to prevent menstrual fluid from leaking onto clothes. Menstrual cups are usually made of flexible medical grade silicone and shaped like a bell with a stem. This stem is used for insertion and removal. I found all that to be true. I'm not going to be showing you pictures of blood or anything like that. I might make a few distasteful vagina jokes. I mean, what can I say? Me and my vagina are tight. Other than that though, I mean, nothing about this is going to be like obscenely gross. But I am gonna like talk candidly about menstrual cups and my experience with using a menstrual cup. This isn't sponsored. I bought a menstrual cup pack myself. I got it off of Amazon. I'll list the link below. Again, it's not an affiliate link. It's off Amazon. Amazon doesn't know who I am, although that would be amazing if they did. Okay, so I'm gonna paint you a picture. I'm 36 years old. I've been using tampons since I was like 16 or 17. I started using tampons because I hated pads, and I feel like I waited until after like after I lost my virginity to start using tampons, because then I realized, okay, it's not so scary to put something inside me. I know you guys know what I'm talking about when I say this. When I had first got my period, there was no way I was putting a tampon in my vagina. I mean, there was just no way. Something doesn't go up there. Well, after something did go up there, I realized a tampon would benefit me because pads are the fucking worst. I'm sorry, they just are. As I've gotten older, I've grown up, I'm an adult now. I have 3 children, I've had 3 C-sections. This is relevant to menstrual cups. Anyway, I'm also not gonna give you the whole like history of menstrual cups. I don't fucking know. I'm just telling you what I know in my experience. I need more bronzer. So, what was I talking about? Oh, so all my adult life, I've always been a tampon user, but as I've gotten older, there's always been, a threat to your health in some way, whether it be drinking water or walking outside or, I mean, sugar, aspartame, everything and anything is going to kill you now. And now we have to worry about our tampons because there's chemicals, there's chlorine, the perfume they put in them, which is anybody else with me when I can't stand the scent they put in scented tampons. It smells like a public bathroom. That's what a scented tampon smells like to me. I would always wear like the unscented, like not even because it was like healthier, because perfumes in your vagina isn't a good idea, but just the smell is just revolting in my opinion. I'm so sorry if you like the scent and you use them. I really don't mean any offense, but for me, I just think it just is horrible. Anyway. Oh God. What was I saying? So, you know, now they make organic tampons. And while that's all well and good, I haven't found an organic tampon. Like I've tried the Coras, I've tried 7th generation. I've tried a few different kinds of organic tampons. I think like the brand Cotton has tampons that are like chemical free and they're just 100% cotton and there's nothing else in them except cotton. And I've actually, it's only happened once, but I forgot I was wearing a tampon. And this was like this year. It was like 6 months ago, I think. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was this year or last year. It was recently. I forgot I was wearing a tampon for like 2.5 days. Anyway, different story. Fast forward to, this would be 2 weeks ago because when I post this. P.S. I'm posting this on a Sunday and it's Game of Thrones night, so you watch it. GOT. My first experience with menstrual cups. I think I got my period on a Monday. I don't know if my sister told me she had used a menstrual cup. My sister's name is Liz, so if I don't keep saying my sister and I say Liz, I'm talking about my sister. So I'm like, did Liz say she used a menstrual cup? Let me text her. And she's like, oh yeah, I used this, and I happened to be at Target. I was wearing a tampon, and as we know, when you're out and about and you're wearing a tampon on your first, second, sometimes your third day, for me, I'm usually very heavy on those days. So I always have to worry, am I going to leak? Is this going to overflow? And I have to worry about finding a bathroom to change it. I have a toddler with me all the time, so that's always an issue. Is there gonna be a family restroom that I can deal with this in? I mean, who's kidding who? I wear black leggings every day, so the whole, oh no, you can see blood on my pants will never be an issue for me. Just suddenly, I was like, oh, I'm out of tampons, I have to pick some up. And as I'm looking through the aisles in Target, I saw the Diva Cup, so I was like, oh, I'm like, you know what? maybe I should just fucking get it. I'll get a pack of tampons, but I'll get the Diva Cup just in case, like, I'm just gonna man up and fucking use it. As I'm there, like, I'm texting her while I'm there, and she's like, yeah, I use this one off of Amazon. So I go on Amazon, and they're like $15 cheaper if you buy them on Amazon. So I'm like, I'm putting this Diva Cup back. And there's a million more to choose from. So I stop what I'm doing, I go on Amazon, I'm looking through stuff, and I find this. Again, not sponsored, I'm just holding it fancy. This is the Lina Menstrual Cup. This is 100% medical grade silicone. And this comes with 2. So my whole reason why I told you my birth stories is relevant to this. So sometimes you can find menstrual cups that come in sizes. One will be, like the Diva Cup had 2 sizes. One was for a woman who hadn't given birth, and one is for a woman who had. One was bigger than the other. Obviously, if you've given birth, they say use a larger one. Well, this came with a normal flow, which holds 25 milliliters, and a large flow that holds 30 milliliters. They also came with these cute little pouches. These are nice and sanitized and everything, don't worry. This, again, was off Amazon. It came with 2, and it was $39. As opposed to the Diva that came with 1 at Target for $37. Like, no. And I was thinking, I'm like, I don't want to buy a big one and then be like, shit, this is too big and I have to buy a second single one. So I was like, I'll just buy the 2 all at once so then I can switch off if I need to. This is the small one. And this is the large one. They're squishy, not too squishy. Like, I don't feel like, they're not as squishy as those silicone blenders. You know what I'm talking about? Ugh, Amazon's coming. These are just vitamins, nothing exciting. Oh no, I have computer glasses because I get migraines a lot, especially from looking at my computer and stuff when I'm editing and everything. So yeah, I have computer glasses in the mail. I'll put them on for you and show you how attractive I am with glasses on. The first thing it tells you to do is to boil them in water for about 5 to 10 minutes. You want it to be like a rapid boil so they don't hit the bottom of the pot, because they'll burn and they could melt. So a rolling boil, like you just have to make sure they keep moving that whole time. So don't just put them in a pot and walk away. I let them cool off and I decided, I'm like, well, it's kind of still a heavy day because it's like day 2. So should I use this? I'm gonna try this one first. You can leave this inside of you for up to 12 hours. So what I did was, as I inserted it, obviously it's not gonna be as easy for me to show you unless I was showing you how to insert it, but that's not going to happen. All of these cups come with directions, and if you can't find a direction, I mean, there's only one way to put something up your vagina. Who's getting who? So basically, I kind of bend it so it's like this. And this looks kind of big, but if we can push a person out of our vagina, this is no big deal. And for you girls who haven't pushed a person out of your vagina, if you've used a tampon before, this is no problem. Don't let the size of it scare you. It folds and bends and it's rubbery for a reason. I say this like I would tell people who are just learning to drive. If I can drive, anybody can drive. If I can use this, anybody can use this. I'm not trying to down myself, but I mean, I'm a big pussy when it comes to like certain things. Like I was scared to drive, I was scared to use a menstrual cup. I'm a super good driver and I'm a super good menstrual cup user. This is where it got dicey. I always think that the inside of your vagina, vulva, what have you, I always think it's like a big cavern. Like I could lose something up there. And that's what I think people think of. Like I said, I've forgotten I had a tampon up there. I've forgotten about it. What if I can't get this? Like, what if I can't get it out? What if I have to live with this in my vagina? What if I have to go to the hospital to get this out? Getting it out was a bit of a hassle. It's a learning curve. So what I did was I put my leg up on the toilet, as you would as you're putting it in, or a tampon, same thing. And you have to kind of stick your finger up and you have to release the pressure. This is the part that gets tricky because you only have so much room like to mess around up there with your hands. The way I found this worked the best for me, side note, I don't embarrass easy, thankfully, from what I'm about to tell you. I found for me that squatting is the best. If you're a ballerina, a grand plie will be your best bet when taking one of these out. You're already pressing down once you're squat, like down to the floor, so you're pressing down with your pelvis anyway, so it's kind of dislodging itself. So now it's pushing itself out further, so now it's way easier to just stick your finger in and pull. Not the sexiest look, but I mean, you're in the bathroom alone. And if you're not, whatever. I'm sure whoever is in there with you has seen worse. After figuring the whole squat thing out, that's just what worked better for me. Not everybody has that issue. Like, I think I just have like a higher, I think my uterus is just higher, so maybe it's just harder for me to get out standing up. I've heard other people say they've had no issues, like it's just whatever, but you have to release the suction first. Otherwise, you're like literally pulling on your vagina. Like it's not comfortable. It doesn't hurt, but I mean, it's like you can feel the pull that you don't want to be feeling. You release the pressure and then pull it out. I did spill it once. Luckily I was at home. Other people have had issues saying, well, what if I'm out in public? When I was out with this, like for hours I was out with this, I never felt anything to where, like, you know when you have a tampon in and you know you're leaking, you're like, fuck, like I have to get to a bathroom. I've changed my tampon in my car before. I've had situations where I knew I was fucked with a tampon. Now, mind you, I haven't had this that long. I've only gone through one cycle with it, but it was a super heavy day, and we don't actually bleed as much as we think we're bleeding. I know that isn't true for everybody. Some people are like super heavy bleeders. I'm like a moderately heavy bleeder. Like I'm not gonna bleed for like a year, but I mean, I've gone through like multiple tampons, like heavy super flow tampons in a day. So I mean, I am like a heavy bleeder at times. The night I took the tampon out and then I put this in, like I was super heavy that night, and I woke up and I had bled onto my underwear and I had to throw them in the wash, and it's like just a big fucking hassle. Nothing about this was a hassle. Even the pain in the ass at time removal before I found the whole squat thing to be helpful. Now, mind you, I'm not saying this is gonna be like this for everybody. This is gonna be like anything. Some things work better than others. If you're like an avid tampon user and they don't bother you, then you do you, girl, with your tampon. Like, that's great. If you're sick of tampons and just wanna try something different, if you've been wanting to know about these, my experience so far has been wonderful. I'll update you guys in the box below in a month with my next period to make sure like it's still going good. I don't see that changing though. Like I said, I haven't tried the big one yet, but again, my heavy day using this, it only was filled up to about here. So I mean, I might not actually need to use this big one, but I'm glad I have it. There are tons of different kinds of these cups on Amazon. I urge you to read the reviews because you never know. Like, don't go buying the cheapest one just because it's the cheapest. Like, you're putting something into your body. You want to make sure it's good quality. I think the Linas are really nice quality. Like I said, I'll list this one below that comes with the two. But this was a great experience for me, and I highly recommend that you try it. Again, the insertion and taking it out, it's a little tricky, but I literally put this in on my first try. And I was like, oh, that's it? Like, did I do it wrong? Am I supposed to feel something happen, like something special? How do I know, like, that it's in? And it's so, like, cramped up there. I mean, it can only go in one way. Like, you're not gonna lose it. It's not like a tampon where it's made of, like, a soft fabric where it could possibly, like, go up there and you would forget about it. Like, this is in there, you know it's there if you touch around. You know, it's not, like, the grossness, like, I mean, let's say we're out somewhere, and I have to pee, and I have a tampon in. I don't have an extra one, and I pee, and now I have like a gross tampon string hanging out. And I know we've all had this happen. That's not that, like, you don't have that with this. Like, this isn't hanging out of your vagina, wetting your underwear, your pants, whatever it is that you're wearing. I'm very, very happy that I ended up trying this because I have nothing bad to say about it. It's been fantastic. I have heard from a few people they didn't love their experience. I can't speak for them, I'm speaking for me. I thought these were fantastic. It rocked my world. It rocked my ass off. I can't wait to use it again next month. Now I'm like not worried about, oh, what if I don't have tampons the day I need them? Like, I'm set. I'm so happy that I found these. I'm so annoyed that I waited until I was like almost 40 to try them. But anyway, that was it for my first experience with menstrual cups. I hope you guys enjoyed my first UnBeauty Sunday, unpretty Sunday. What do you think? I don't want it to be a negative thing. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, like it's not pretty. Like, let's not make it into a whole like political thing. I just want a cute name for the series. Like, we'll do UnBeauty Sundays. UnBeauty Sunday featuring menstrual cups. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the box below. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.